What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Francesco. If you are new here, just so you know, I've been living in Bali for the last 5 years on and off, and I came up with one crazy decision a few weeks ago. I actually left Bali forever. Before we jump on this crazy decision, I want to make sure that if you're new here, you could smash that subscribe button, because you will find a lot of information on my channel. And also, if you're planning to go to Bali, or if you're already there and you want to have more tips, advice, what to do and where to go, this is the channel for you. And in the future, you will find a lot more also about Europe, USA, and I will make sure to answer all your questions on all my videos, and also share with you the most exclusive places in the world. So let's jump on the hot topic. I've decided to permanently leave Bali and permanently leave that idea of making Bali my second home for many reasons. First reason is that I came up with a goal for the previous trip to Bali. My goal was to, as I said, make Bali my second home, and so looking to invest in Bali, to buy a property or lease a property and make sure that I have that property as my second home. So whenever I come back to Bali, I know where to stay, and also when I'm not in Bali, I could rent that villa and make money out of it. But things didn't really go as I expected, because I did find Bali different from the last time I've been visiting, which was in the early 2022. And so here comes the reason. The first reason was Bali is not affordable anymore. Bali is not that paradise that people may think of. Right now, if you want to rent a villa in Bali on a short term or long term, you're not going to spend less than $2,500, $3,000 per month. And that is not including electricity and any other like extra expenses. But also, these type of villas that I'm talking about are not this type of beau or like super Instagrammable villas that you may have seen on social media. So be ready to spend more money on your staying. I actually thought, okay, why not building my own villa or renting a villa long term for like 25, 30 years. Maybe I will save a little bit of money. Yes, you may save a little money maybe in the beginning, but then with the time you may find that actually it will cost you like the same amount of money than renting an Airbnb. Why? Because building a villa in Bali, it's very time consuming, it's very draining, and you're gonna have so many issues that you may regret straight away of doing that. I've seen people trying to build $500,000, $600,000 villa and being stuck on construction for over 2 years because workers are simply lazy and contractors are not delivering on time and not doing the work that they promise and then being paid off. So be ready to work with these people. Also, if you may decide to go with an agency, there's many scams going on the island at the moment. There's been construction agency that will basically provide you the project and the contractors for the villa, but then turn up that they are going to use very low quality materials, and your villa is gonna have leaking from day one. Or if you go with like some very big real estate agency on the island, you may gonna spend at least 30-40% more than what it actually costs to do it by yourself. So if you're ready to spend that extra money and also have the same issues, well, go for it. I'd say that villas in Bali are going crazy in terms of the way as they are building it. Canggu is packed of building sites. And Perennan is going to be next, and so on. So yeah, people are actually investing but I'd say also like they are not doing this in a smart way, because the market didn't really change. Like I don't see people spending all this money for being in a villa, and that's scaring a lot of expats that been living on the island for long term, like me, to actually find another place to live, because I don't feel like paying $3,000 in Bali is worth what you get. The standards of construction are very low, so you may find like leaks, waterfalls when it rains so much in your villa, and I did made a video on a previous villa where I've been staying and paying over $3,000 and then having like leaking from everywhere on the roof, or you may find roaches inside your villa, and that's not fun. Rats crawling and running on your roof, and so many other issues that I'm not gonna stay here and making like a full list for you, but you can definitely like do a little research on YouTube or Google, and you may find a lot of people sharing this information with you. So is Bali still that paradise that we have been seeing in the last 5 years and 10 years on social media? No, the Bali is not that paradise anymore. I mean, still beautiful, but a lot of things have changed since the COVID was over, because Bali now is fully packed of tourists, crazy tourists, that will drive motorbike without driving license, without helmets, and you need to be very careful if you are actually renting a bike. And if you're not renting a bike and using Gojek or Grab, which are very popular apps in Indonesia, they are like similar to Uber, be ready to wait a long time before you get your Gojek, because there's way more people now requesting that. And also be aware there's a lot of scams going on, people offering you taxis on the street, or even like Gojek. Sometimes they will not give you back changes, or if you order at Go Shop, they will just like take the credit from your wallet, like your e-wallet, and they will never deliver the purchases. So there are a lot of things that have been like changing in the last year or so. We talk about places to eat outside. Bali, it's not that affordable as you may think anymore, because things like restaurants right now are charging like normal prices. Like I do see restaurants charging even more than back home here in Italy. For example, a coffee will cost you around $3 to $4 for just regular coffee, and then if you start to get like, I don't know, like a iced latte or something like that, you can go up to $6-7. Things that here do cost like $1 or $2. Like if you get a cappuccino in Italy, it will be like $1.20. So I mean, from my perspective, being an Italian and paying so much money for food in Bali, I do find it like crazy, also because of the type of quality of food that they are serving and the standards in terms of cleanliness of the place in Bali. Restaurants, like kitchens in the restaurant, are not following the Western European standards. There's been a lot of people getting sick and getting like food poisoning in Bali, and it's very, very common. So make sure you are aware of that. If it's the first time going to Bali, be ready. You're gonna probably spend 2-3 days on a toilet if you are lucky enough to get just a Bali belly, but there have been people getting parasite, and then that means that you will need like some doctors to check your poop, in small words, and then antibiotics, and some people are actually getting even worse. For example, my wife has been, sorry for the term, shutting 6 months straight because of the way as they cook the food, and also because when you are home you think, oh, I'm just gonna cook at home, but at home the water that you use in the tap water is super dirty. There's no filters, they do not change filters. Even if you stay in a $5,000-6,000 villa, you still get the same bad water like anyone else. Insects, bacteria, it's a place that unfortunately do not have that type of standards that we have in the Western world. So why am I paying like so much for food? Why am I paying so much for rent? What you giving me back? The beaches are so dirty. It's full of plastic, full of sometimes I even found needles on the beach. So you need to be very careful on what you're stepping when you're going on for a run or when you go just for a walk on a sunset. There's things that you do not see back home, and that's why I thought this is not the place for me. This is not the place that I see myself living long term anymore. Things have changed. There's too many people here. They're charging too much for rentals and for buying. Lease a house, because you cannot buy a house if you're a foreigner. So those are things that you will not see on social media unless it's me talking about this. Those are things that will not be promoted. The reason I know why, because I'm ready to get a lot of hate on this video from local people, that might think Bali is perfect, but it is not true. I've been living in Bali. I do love local people. I don't want you to see this as a video just to complain about Bali. Bali has a lot of a lot of things that I do enjoy and do like, and I can tell that there's nowhere else that you will find these places. But when it comes to living, you cannot just think about beautiful cliffs and sunsets and people being nice and smile to you all day long. You have to think also about living, healthcare. I don't want to even step on that. It's a nightmare. Schools and your house. It's very important that your house is a place that you feel safe, the place that you like it, and it's not a place that is gonna turn up like a cave where you have roaches browsing around, rats, and it's pretty common. So I hope you find this video useful if you are considering moving to Bali and you're doing your research before you do so, and not just believing what you see on Instagram. And if you are already in Bali, I do feel you, I do feel you if you're thinking maybe to relocate somewhere else. And I do not have an answer right now and where is the next place, but I'm pretty sure that in 2023 there will be a lot of people considering different places and sharing more places than Bali or other parts of the world like Philippines and Thailand. So if you did find this video useful, please smash the subscribe button if you are not subscribed yet. If you have any comment or question, there is a comment bar below. I will be coming back to each of you in a short time, and I'll see you in the next video, because next video we're going to talk about maybe Italy or maybe something else. Let's see.